Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
This is a good time for us to talk. This is 5 o'clock in the morning, which is interesting on Saturday morning. Many of you are up, and I know that, because people will say, mostly younger people will say, what are you talking about? Your radio show is so early. But yes, I know a lot of people do get up because they go to sleep at 8, 9 o'clock at night, and so that's a long time. But anyway, I'm going to make this pretty interesting this morning. I wanted to talk about a place that probably a lot of you don't know. Now, if you live in Boynton Beach, you may know. It doesn't mean you will, but it's a special place. And I know that if you've been there, and it's the Boynton Beach Postal Center. Now, a lot of people may not know where that is, and I'm going to share it. Maybe you've just been there, but you don't know the name of it. And it's actually off Woolbright. It's in the shopping center right to the pet shop. You know, there's a pet shop there on Federal Highway, and it's actually Woolbright. And the pet shop that you go to for your pets, you know, to get all your supplies and all. And it's actually called the Pet, I think it's Petco, and I'm going to tell you that in 1 minute because it's very important. The way to get there is you take Woolbright and you go to Federal Highway and then just go right into that shopping center on the west side. And in there's a couple of places, different people. There's a barber shop and different things like that. But this particular place, once you go there, they actually have like a little kiosk on the outside, so it makes you want to go in. Puts all sorts of items out there. But the reason that this is so important today is because it's kind of the end of the season, and he's giving off 25% off ladies' apparel and accessories. Now think about that. If you're going to buy something, it's nice to get 10%, 15%, 20%, but there's 25% off. And I love this place. That's why I'm doing this with you, because I buy many things there. I've got the greatest pair of slippers. I bought a lot of women's apparel. I don't know, his taste is exquisite. He doesn't have men's shirts and things like that, but he does have, I would call them pants for women. They're blouses. They have handbags. He really has great taste. Let me just say this. And so when you go in there, just hold on to your purse because you're going to spend some money. But if you could only spend if you get 25% off, it's a big help. Now, I buy a lot of things there. Let me just tell you that they have a supply of greeting cards that are unique, and they're very, very inexpensive. They also have, one thing that you really need to know is when you buy something and you want it gift wrapped, they do it immediately. It's all free. So anything you buy, and they have lots of gifts. I have bought most beautiful things. In fact, for my husband, I bought on the 93rd birthday it's a framed piece. It's wood, and it has a lovely thing on it. It says, I love you in the morning, I love you in the afternoon, I love you in the evening, I love you to the moon. It was so pretty. So if you're looking just for gifts, you don't know what to buy for a particular person, go in there. And I'm going to give you the address. It won't mean much. I hate these addresses in shopping centers because you can never tell. It's 526 East Woolbright Road. But I'll give you a phone number if you need more information, because I'm not finished. I want to tell you about a couple of other things in there. Phone number is 561-738-6002. And Michael, who is the owner, has been there for many, many years. He's very funny. He's very sweet. He's got great help there. But I did buy something. You know Darwin Porter, who calls in, he'll be calling in next Saturday morning. He lives in Staten Island. I guess you say he lives on Staten Island. And they now are going to be building the city is going to be building a huge Ferris wheel. I mean, really a huge Ferris wheel. So nothing would do, but Michael buys unique gifts. And I told you that. And when you go in there, there's something for everybody that you're going to want to buy something for. So he had a Ferris wheel. It was a little expensive, but it went around. It was just gorgeous. And, of course, nothing would do, but I bought it for Darwin Porter. And he has it, and it plays 25 tunes, and it's really great. So that's up at the top part of the things he has. Then as you work down, I just bought some hand towels, and they have cute little sayings on them. That's where you can buy the Damn It dolls. I talked about those before. Michael has really been there a long time. If any of you are familiar with Boynton Beach, a long time ago, where TD Bank is now on Woolbright, it was a postal center then, and that was Michael's, but it was more of postal. Now it's filled with gifts, but you can do anything you want for the post office. So if you want to mail things, like at Christmas time, it's unbelievable. People just stand in line because he's friendly. He takes care of you. He keeps a record of what you've purchased. So if it doesn't arrive, he will, he has the list of what the tracking number is. But more importantly than that, he does something that sometimes he's not there, and I say, "Where's Michael?" Well, he went to this person's house. Well, what's he doing? Well, he goes there and he helps you pack up your things when you're going up north. He literally goes to your house, brings boxes, packages everything up, and then takes it to his center and then ships it for you. This is great. So I probably have today, looking around on my body, probably have a bracelet I bought there. I just bought 3 pairs of earrings. They're unique. Everything is very inexpensive. But when you get 25% off, now it says 25% off, but you have to tell them that you either read it in Boomer Times or you heard it on the radio show, and then you'll get your 25% on. So they say you should present the coupon at the purchase. But if you just tell them that you don't have the coupon, but you heard it on the radio show, great. But if you do have the April issue, there is on a couple of pages, you'll see a beautiful ad. You can just take that with you. But I wanted to walk through the shop a little bit with you. As you walk in, you are bombarded with, as I said, beautiful clothing. And he has unique clothing. He has it in all sizes. And it's not for that little size 2 young woman. Most of the things he has fits people, who maybe have a little extra weight, or even if you don't have extra weight, it's more mature, and it's just beautiful. I have to tell you all the things I have in my closet that I've bought there. And I like going there because they're friendly. That's what I find. It's so nice when you go into the Boynton Beach Postal and Gift Center. So the gifts. Let me think. Oh, I also needed to buy this man something as a thank you for advertising. And I bought him a little basketball set, and it's really neat. So he does have things that you can buy that are for men. They have vases, gorgeous vases. They have, just thinking through as I was just purposely went there to get some things done, and I thought, I think I'm going to tell everybody on the show about I want to call it Michael's, but it's really the Boynton Beach Postal and Gift Center. But the important thing is that you can get 25% off. It says all ladies apparel and accessories. And the phone number again is 561-738-6002. And it's located, as I said, if you're on Woolbright, you go down to Federal Highway, and it's in the it's the southwest corner. That's actually next to the pet shop. Where you buy your pet food. So it's called Sunshine Square Shopping Center. That means anything to you at all. But it's a huge end of the season, 25% off sale, and it's a place that you could actually be buying your holiday gifts right now. That's what I did. I went there the other day. I spent quite a bit of money, but I have them all in my closet now. Nice little things. They have the most beautiful picture frames. With the little blings, around the frame. They have such nice, I call them doodads. And the doodads, when you give them, maybe you're going to spend $15, $20, but you've got something that someone's going to say, oh, isn't that nice? And I have really bought a lot of those. It makes me happy to buy things for people. And where would you go to do that? You don't want to go to a department store, and you don't want to go to Walmart or some cheap little place. The quality of Michael's gifts is amazing. He has a great taste. That's what I can tell you, that I will buy things. I'll say, Michael, where did you find this? Some of the handbags that I have purchased there are unusual, but I do love the shoes. I have these special slippers. They are so comfortable, and I love them. And he has all different sizes, so I'm sure that if you go there, and all different colors. He has, let me think about, the jewelry. He has necklaces. He has bracelets. I'm wearing one of them right now. It's really nice, and doesn't look cheap, but it didn't cost a lot of money. And I just urge you to go there. Just, if you walk around, I will guarantee you will not walk out without buying something. And you're not going to spend a lot of money if you don't want to. But if you do want to start buying, some of your gifts, people's birthdays, for the little children, he has beautiful little things for kids. And he has special books, kids' books, the kind when you open, they either sing or they open up into this beautiful set of pictures. So you can really shop for everybody there. Don't be afraid to do that. But mostly, if he's there, say hello to Michael. Tell him that you heard about him on the radio show. I was trying to get him to come on the radio show, but he wasn't able to do it this Saturday. He will come one day. He has done this before, and you've probably heard him. And I said, Michael, how do you get all these unusual things? And he goes to these gift shows. But they're not, the gift shows he goes to are probably more common, but he finds things that most people would not recognize as being unique. And I do believe that he has a store where you will find something, at least if you're like I am, I want to buy something that somebody hasn't seen before, and they ooh and they ah, and they keep it and they love it. And I have a lot of his things in my house. I mean, I don't have a lot of things around in my house, but a couple of things that I bought are from his store, and I'm very happy with them. As I said, I bought this beautiful plaque for my husband, and it's on his 93rd birthday, and it's there now on the wall. And you can be assured of finding something that means something to you. Now, if you love the beach, he has great signs about the beach. He has mermaids. He has things that hang from the wall, that are on the wall. I just would encourage you to go. It's not a museum, but it is a shop, and he does want you to spend some money. But you'll not have a hard time doing that because of the uniqueness of what you're going to see. So let me tell you again about this. His name is Michael Sane, and the company is the Boynton Beach Postal and Gift Center. And there's that it's the Publix area there on Woolbright, but it's not as close to Publix. It's really next to the pet supermarket. It's really just down the way in that shopping center where the pet supermarket is. So you won't have any problem locating it. The other day, I tell you what I did buy. I know he's not listening. So I have a friend who just came back from Italy, and he loved it. He was so excited. And he is Italian. And I was in the store, and I saw this look like a tree. But it wasn't real, but it looked so good, and it had olives on it. Not real olives, but they were dark, and they looked wonderful, and it had a nice little, it was sitting in, I guess it was a plastic, bottom, but, it didn't look plastic. It looked good. It looked like it was marble, but it wasn't really. And it was sitting there, and I said, I'm going to give him this gift because he actually went to Italy on his honeymoon. And I thought that when he came back, he would love this. So what would they do? They wrapped it in this huge, because this is a little tree. They wrapped it beautifully in this big, colorful bag for me. And it doesn't cost anything. They just do the wrapping. And I took it and gave it to him, and he thought it was a real tree. And I said, no, it's not a real tree, but you're going to love it. And he said, after he took it home, he said, I found a great place for it. And I told him, when you have guests over, get a few real olives, kind of tie it to the tree, and let them pick it off, because it does look real. So that's one thing that I bought, and that was a real compulsive buy. I hadn't even thought about buying this friend anything because they had actually been married for a while, but then they decided to have a honeymoon in Italy later. But that's one kind of a thing. The next thing that I did is they have lovely little, I call them dishcloths. Maybe they're towels, dish towels. And I had a friend who just moved to a new house, and I found a couple of matching dish towels with some cute sayings on them about your new house and how happy you're going to be. I mean, these are not expensive, but they wrap them up for us, and you give it to them. And I'm sure many of you have to buy a gift, and so it depends where you want to go. If you go to a place like this, you know you're going to buy something of quality. It's not that expensive, especially now with the 25% off, for heaven's sakes. Now, the one thing about that, though, and I must tell you that, it only lasts. That's why I'm telling you about today. There's a period. It's valid from April 17th through May 6th. So it's good only until next week. That's when of course, you know, May 6th is when the Cure Symposium's on. So you'll want to get them before May 6th. But you can go in today, and you just love it. It's everyone has to buy a gift for somebody, for something. So whether you want to spend $5, $10, $300, I don't know if he has anything quite for $300. Maybe you could find something. But it's an event. It's not a museum, but in a way it is because of the assortment that he has there. I was trying to think of some of the other little things that I bought. Well, I told you about the Damn It dolls. Do you know what they are? The Damn It dolls are these little, they're like a doll, and it's a material, and they have all different materials. It's quite interesting to see them. And when you're upset about something, you take this little material doll and you bang it on the table, and you say, of course, damn it, damn it, damn it. And so they're very popular, and they have Damn It dolls there. They have match sets of tea. So you can buy a teapot with beautiful little cups that match, but not typical. It's not something you're going to find at Target or even at Macy's. These are purchased by Michael. Michael has great taste, as I said, and he doesn't just put anything in his shop. So if you're looking for a great gift for someone else or yourself, you should really go there. You'll feel so good. As I said, I just bought a couple of things for my grandchildren for Christmas. I know I'll need to have those for them. And I have some friends that I told you about, the one that just moved to a new house. And then some people have done such nice things for me. So I can go and buy a dish towel that has a great saying on it, and they'll never forget that. I mean, that's the nice part. So it's one thing to bring people flowers, but flowers die and then they're over. But if you buy a nice little gift like this, but for yourself, and I want to go back on this, they have unusual handbags, and they're very reasonably priced, and they're, he really makes sure that what he has, because he has a small space, so he has to be careful of what he buys and how, where he displays it. And sometimes there are things in the back that you don't even see, and you can say, Michael, I was looking for this. Do you have any more of those things? He says, wait a minute, let me look. Now, he does have a back room, so you can try on the clothing. I have bought at least 3 pairs of slacks there, cotton slacks. They're washable. I've bought some blouses. They're beautifully designed. They hang really well on you. And you're not going to find this easily. Now, a lot of times I go to Chico's to buy my clothing, but if you go to Michael's, you'll see some things that are just different. And he will help you. That's the nice thing. And if something goes wrong with something, you have no problem. You take it back. Michael will make it good. He's a very kind, sensitive person. Now, when you walk in, also, music is playing. Now, that music really entices you to purchase. I don't know where he buys his music, but it's lovely. It's a lot of the old music, and it's just special. So it's an ambiance when you go to Michael's, the Boynton Beach Postal Center. So I hope that I've enticed some of you to go there. Get your 25% off. Make sure that you tell him that Anita Finley talked about him on the radio show. You saw the ad in Boomer Times. because that then will make him know that his advertising dollars are worth it. And I just can't tell you how appreciative I am that there's a place like that. I did mention about packing. I have 4 gifts I need to send across the country to different people. Now, you can go to the post office and you get your boxes and you stand in line, and that's not what happens at Michael's. You just bring it there. He has boxes. He'll put it in for you. They'll wrap it if you want, or they'll just send it off. FedEx truck comes there all times during the day because he has so much. That's what he does, and he's very happy about it. And they have a lot of patience. He has some great staff. So if you bring something and you'll say, well, I want to send it the least expensive way, he'll say, okay, well, you can do it this way. Or I want to insure it and it's really valuable. And he says, okay, well, why don't you try this way? And you pay him, and when you get finished, you walk out and you know it's going to be done. Unlike going to the post office, where they're very nice there, but there's usually a long line, so you feel a little strange about taking too much time. And so this is a place where you can really relax and do it the proper way. So it's the Boynton Beach Postal Center, and they have the huge end of the season sale on all ladies' apparel and accessories, 25% off. So I suggest you go there. The phone number again, if you want to call them, they're open on Saturday. Of course, they're open 6 days a week. It's 561-738-6002. And you can also ask for Michael. Tell him you just want to talk about him, and ask him to tell you a joke or something. He's not a jokester, but he's really sweet. He's actually growing a long beard now because he's going to some sort of a festival. He does these weird things. He is a little weird, but in a very nice way. He's friendly, and he will help you. So if you go in there and say, look, I have someone I have to buy this gift for, he'll say, well, what are they like? Well, let me show you a few things. And if you don't see anything in the front, he'll go in the back, and he'll figure out something that would be perfect for them. So as you can see, I'm very enthusiastic about him. I know I didn't tell you, they have watches. But these are costume kind of watches, but all kinds, fun things. When I see the people who come in there, they come in, you can see some people come in who are just tourists. A lot of people, though, know him for years because he's been here probably more than 20 years in that area. And he's happy there. I guess he's happy there, but he certainly stays in business more than some other kind of businesses do. So if you want, hats. I didn't tell you about hats. I bought a hat there. He has neat hats. So you'll not, I promise you, if you go there, you will not walk out without purchasing something. That's it for me today with that. So I hope you've enjoyed learning about the Boynton Beach Postal Center.